I'd like to stay with the garage.
Yep. And I work on that.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Fun and Fit
Are we
Recharge.
live already?
We are.
Okay, speak loudly because it's the masks. People
Yeah.
won't hear us.
So for today's workout, your equipment will have to be some sort of weight. That can vary from a textbook, a water bottle, a bag of rice, so on and so forth, household items. If you don't have anything specified for weight, and a TheraBand of some sort. So I'll let Cliff and Dr. V grab their TheraBands for the warm-up today.
I'll take a green that's easy, correct?
Yeah.
Green is easy.
There's different one, girl. Good. Or really easy.
You have music in the background. I hope so. Makes things so much easier.
So make sure you have some water by you, a Gatorade, something to replenish yourself and hydrate as we work out today. So we're going to start off with a TheraBand, and if you don't have a TheraBand, you can still do the same arm motions without resistance. So we're going to start off with a pretty close grip on our TheraBand, and we're going to spread it out wide. And you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades in the back. We're going to do 10 of these. Go at your own pace.
Meaning squeezing a pencil in the shoulder, between the shoulder blades.
That's right.
And can I move my hips? Yes.
Yeah, you can move your hips, you can walk around, do as you please.
Because that's
All right. You should already feel a nice little activation of the shoulders. We're going to try to go overhead as best as possible. If you go towards your eyes, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start overhead. We're going to bring it down. So now we're really squeezing the bottom portion of our shoulder blades down without letting our shoulders come up towards our ears. We can do 10 of these.
Can I do a squat at the same time?
Yeah. So what you'll be doing there is a modified version of an overhead squat. It's probably one of the more challenging mobility movements that we've got.
Oh, I have to remove my badge.
All right. As Dr. V and Cliff finish up, what you'll do with this next one is you're going to step onto the ends of your TheraBand. And then you're going to grab the loop portion, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull it towards your chest. Just be careful, make sure you have a nice firm stance on your TheraBand so it doesn't pop up and smack you in the face.
Are my knees supposed to be stretched and straight, or?
So this one's
bent?
for comfort. I like to have mine slightly bent, but a little closer to straight versus bent. This is really supposed to engage your upper trap, your deltoids, your biceps, getting ready for some of the movements that we've got going on later today. It's good. So once you finish those 10, you're going to go ahead and step on that band again, or remain stepped on it. And then your hands are going to go underhand, facing away from your body, and we're going to do some bicep curls.
Yep, careful that
We'll do
band.
10 too as well.
10 as well. Now 10 is not a magic number. You shouldn't be doing 10 repetitions of every movement. There's different repetition windows for different purposes. So if you have questions on those, please reach out. Now you're just going to be stepping on one end of your TheraBand while having your hand, you're going to hold the opposite end. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a slight lunge with the opposite leg. So Cliff is going to lunge with his left, Dr. V lunge with her left. Yep. And then as you lunge forward, you're going to take that opposite arm and you're going to reach up. You're going to come back and up again.
So do I lift my heel on the
Yep, exactly. So
Backward
your
leg?
back foot can come up off the ground. That front leg, that front foot should be nice and flat. All we're doing here is elongating our lateral aspect of our sides here. We're engaging our anterior shoulder. Once you finish those 10, switch over.
What do people do if they don't have a band?
If they don't have a band, then all we do is You can take a bottle or some sort of weight and we can do the same thing. So I'll switch my legs and I'm just gonna go overhead now. Now the only difference is you're really gonna focus on reaching towards the sky since we don't have that added resistance. Good. Once we're done with that, we can toss our TheraBand aside. And so we're gonna have our hands out in front, almost like we're riding a motorcycle, and then you're gonna come back. Exactly, making sure you're popping your chest out a little bit. We're gonna do 10 of these. Trying to keep those elbows nice and high. What we're doing here is engaging our rhomboids. We're going to add a second portion to this movement. So you're going to retract, and now we're going to go and make a snowman or a cactus. And we're going to do that a couple times.
So if you live in Colorado, it's a snowman.
Yeah.
If you live in San Diego, it's a cactus.
So what we're doing here is a lot of times we spend typing on our phone, driving, and we engage this front portion of our body quite a bit. So as Cliff brings his elbows back and then rotates backwards, we're activating this back portion of our shoulder. Your deltoid does 3 movements, and right now we're engaging the least often engaged. Good. Everyone feeling a nice little buzz there?
Great.
A little burn in the shoulders? So we're going to walk through our movements now. So we're going to do 4 movements, and we're going to do 3 different rounds, and there's going to have different repetitions. So for the first one, we're going to do a good morning.
Take a water bottle for a little bit of weight. Or soup can.
Yeah. You have a textbook, you can, if you have a bag of rice, a bag of beans, a jar of rice, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Dr. V demonstrate for us real quick. So I'm going to have her squeeze her feet closer together. So we'll be about, perfect. And now you're going to reach forward. Exactly. So let's not bend our knees so much. So, right there. And then now you're going to reach forward. Perfect. That's a good morning right there. Her back is nice and straight. Her knees are slightly bent, but not too much like a squat. Then she's going to stand all the way up.
And the hips, sending them up.
So the hips, not so much up, but we're trying to put them back.
Back.
Exactly.
Oh,
You should feel a nice big stretch of your hamstrings.
Yes.
Good.
So when I reach the computer in front of me.
Yeah, you want to imagine that there's a bag of money out in front of you and you're reaching for it. If you don't have any weight, that's perfectly fine. What that looks like from the side is I'm going to reach forward, making sure my knees are slightly bent, my hips are staying nice and high, and going backwards. We're not going to do a squat because that's coming next. We're going up and high. The next movement is a squat. We've done these several times. You should be relatively comfortable. So our squat looks like this: shoulder width apart with our feet. We don't need to have a weight in our hand. We're just going to come down as slow as we can. Good. If your knees are wobbling, making sure you're pointing them out. If you need a modification, grab a chair or a stool, and you go from the chair, arms out in front, and you're standing up. That is movement number 2. Movement number 3 is a lunge. Lunge, we're just lunging forward. If you can get to the ground, that's great. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. What we want to see is our knees staying at a 90 degree. We don't want our knees to come too far forward or too far back. We want to be right in the middle. And then you're going to be alternating. So that's lunge, right leg, left leg, right leg.
How fast?
That's going to be up to you. So I'll explain the rep scheme in just a second. And then the last movement we have is a ground to overhead. So you'll need this weight again. So you're going to be in that same position as a squat with your feet about shoulder width apart, toes facing forward. You're going to take this ball and you're going to bring it down towards the ground. As soon as it touches that ground, you're going to pop up and bring this weight overhead. That is a ground to overhead. You'll bring it to your chest, back to the ground, and up we go. Let's do a couple of these to warm up. Perfect. So for the first round, we're going to do 9 repetitions of each movement. 9 good mornings, 9 squats, 9 lunges, 9 ground to overhead, and then we rest. Any questions, team?
Nope.
You can go as fast as you want, as slow as you want. There is no timer, there is no time limit. You're just trying to get to that 9. So, you guys ready?
Ready?
So 4 sets, 9.
No, just 1 set.
One
One
set?
whole set, 4 different movements.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 each.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're going to get started with our good morning. So once you guys are ready, go for it.
Good morning.
Making sure to keep those hips nice and high, Dr. B.
Uh,
And reach forward. Good job, Cliff.
even better than a bag of money right now looks a chocolate bar.
So that's 9 there. So then I'm going to move on to my squats, and I'm going to do 9 squats. You can modify and go really narrow, and that's going to engage more of your quads, which is the muscles of the front part of your leg. That's 9 for me. And move on to my lunges. You can have your hands on your hips. You can alternate your arms. You can also grab your weight. Keep it by your chest. Good. That's 9 for me there. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to move on to my ground to overhead. So I'm going to be shoulder width apart. Down to the floor, up we go. Good job. Oh, Dr. V, let's get to the ground.
Well, I think I'll show a modification.
Sure.
An idea for those who have difficulties bending the knees.
Perfect.
That might be it.
And that's 9.
I feel great core engagement.
We're going to rest for about 15 seconds, and then I'll explain the second portion. If you still want to be loaded on your legs but need a modification, we can go to a higher position of your ball. So I can still reach and then go overhead. We can go to a smaller stool, go about halfway down, come overhead. Plenty of modifications for us. All right, we're going to do the same 4 movements, but now we're going up to 15 repetitions. So we're going to do 15 good mornings, 15 squats, 15 lunges, 15 ground to overhead.
I'll set myself a target.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get started. Ready? 15 good mornings. And go. I'm going to pick up a little bit. Going to challenge Cliff and Dr. V here.
Speed and target.
Keep those hips high. And 15. Onto the squats. All right, lunges coming up. And we go forward lunges here. Cliff's got some seasoned knees here, so he's going about halfway down.
Oh, yeah.
Versus all the way down, and that's perfectly fine. I got 2 more lunges here. All right. Now I encourage you all, I know we're picking up pace a little bit and going a little longer periods of exercise, but when you want to take a break, try not to take a break when you're doing your exercise instead in your transition. So we just transitioned from one movement, we're transitioning to our ground to overhead. So I'll take this time to catch my breath rather than doing 2 or 3 ground to overhead, putting the ball down and then resting. Try to challenge yourself. You all ready? 15 ground overhead,
Ready.
here we go.
So if you sit on the chair, it feels more like a core exercise, really does, which is quite nice. And stretch.
All right. That concludes a round of 15 there.
Okay. Please don't tell us we are going to over 30 now.
No, we're going to 21. So
21.
Oh, okay.
take about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, grab a drink, grab some water, grab your towel, wipe your forehead down. Now we're doing 20 good mornings, or 21 I should say. 21 squats, 21 lunges, 21 ground and overhead. Now, Cliff, do you think you're going to go as fast as you just did for this last one?
No way.
No way, right?
But I'll try.
Take your time. 21 is a big number. There's no need to rush. There's no competition here. All right, let's get started. 21 good mornings. Here we go. And go. So I'm going to narrow my feet a little bit more. And all that's going to do is it's going to engage a much, much bigger portion of the hamstrings and glutes. From the side, looks like this, guys.
Oh, thank you. Yes, for showing again.
So I'm only on number 10. I feel like Dr. B is on number 20.
No, 13.
There she is. So she's going to
14.
finish before me, so she's going to go into her
15.
squats.
16. Okay. Squats.
Perfect.
Cliff, you're leading the pack.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. Not the lead, but to get this
Going.
done.
How many squats do you already have, Cliff?
17.
Oh,
If you're going from a chair, I challenge you to stagger your feet. So as you stand up from the chair, you're getting different activations of your glutes and your legs. Lunges, Cliff, lunges.
Okay. Here we go.
You got it? So we're all going relatively fast. Do not feel obliged whatsoever to go at our speed. I'm going to slow down quite a bit. I'm going to catch my breath. Come here. Deep breath in. Squat again. Deep breath in. Squat again. Find a rhythm.
Okay.
All right, Cliff. Ground overhead. Here you go. Now notice Cliff has a pretty wide base. So Cliff has pretty tight hips. And so the wider we go with our legs, the less tension we develop through our hips as we go into that squat motion. Good job, team. Stay nice and consistent. Find a rhythm.
we are not talking anymore because we are so out of breath.
Plus we have the mask on.
That's
Yes.
right. Good job, Cliff. Way to stay moving. None of us are training to be bodybuilders or compete in any competitions. So find the time to make sure you're giving yourself a good, healthy workout.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay.
So as our winner, he gets to pick our first stretch of our cool down. Take your time, think of something, drink some water while we're waiting.
Wiggle your hips. Fit fun recharge. Lunge to come.
All right, 5 more. And donezo.
All right.
Good job, team. So how long do you think that took us, guys?
According to my smartwatch, 23 minutes and 47
Yep,
seconds.
that's about
So
it.
between a warm-up, some rest, and a workout, 20 minutes, not bad.
Not bad
Not
at
bad
all.
at all.
No.
Now we're gonna stretch. Cliff, do you have anything you want to stretch?
Well, I like the one on the seat when you stretch your legs. And
Okay, let's grab a chair. Chair, stool.
I like that one too, Cliff.
So as you two demonstrate, I'm going to show you guys some tweaks here.
Okay.
So typically we like to reach forward, right? I like to give you guys a 3-way reach, reaching in the middle, off to one side, off to the other side. Good. Good. So Cliff is throwing in a little bit of an upward reach, and that's important. Our glutes, they have fibers that come from all sorts of directions. So the reason I like to throw in reaches for a glute stretch is to try to engage and lengthen as many of those fibers as we can. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and go up to this next leg. So let's go ahead and switch legs now. Rather than reaching, I'm going to have you take your chest and go down towards the ground as best you can. You can try to hug yourself. You can use a chair to push yourself forward. You can grab your leg and pull yourself towards the leg. And what you're going to do here is you're going to take 3 deep breaths. You should try to fill your belly with as much air. And every time you exhale, you're going to try to reach a little further down. A lot of times, I see athletes stretching and they're trying to force themselves through a stretch. That can actually cause more damage, more stress to the body. Stretching is a finesse activity. You got to really control your body, control your breathing, control your directions. Good. So go ahead and start throwing in some reaches for this leg as well.
If you have a chair with armrests, it's actually nice because you can get some resistance while you stretch.
Just
Anchors you. Oh, yeah.
be mindful with your rotation that you're still keeping a strong core so you don't hurt your back. Good. I'm going to have you two stand up now. So now the stretch we're going to do is you're just going to be standing. You're going to take both hands. You're going to reach all the way overhead, and you're thinking that's all I can reach, as far as I can reach. Now take your eyes towards the ceiling and really reach for it, making sure your ribs are coming up away from the body. And then bring it all the way down. Let's do it again. So take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to reach up. Bring it all the way down. We're all very tall here, so we're gaining every inch we can with this stretch here. And up we go. Exhale. Reach all the way up. Bring it all the way down. And now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to reach down. But let's walk you through this real quick. So Dr. V, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest first. Now roll your shoulders forward. Let those arms dangle. You're going to roly-poly, so you're going to try to imagine one vertebrae at a time. You're trying to come all the way down. Exactly. Hold it down. On the way up, Dr. V, what you're going to do is you're going to try to connect each vertebrae one at a time. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. You're going to bring your shoulders back. You're going to untuck your chin. You're going to look all the way up. Good. Let's do that 3 total times. So what that looks like for Cliff is he's going to tuck his chin. He's going to roll his shoulders forward. He's going to let his arms dangle. And one piece of his back at a time, he's going to try to reach towards that ground. He's going to get to a point where he can't go. And right there, he's going to slowly come back up, one part of the back at a time. As he starts to straighten up, he's going to bring his shoulders back, untuck his chin, look all the way up. Good. One more. Good, good, good. Good. So hang tight, Dr. V. She finished 3. Cliff is finishing up here. And we've got 2 very good examples here. Dr. V is very mobile. She has a lot of flexibility. What we're working on here is making sure that we're maintaining a curve of our spine in each direction, which is important. Our spine does an S curve, and we want to make sure we maintain those 2. All right, let's go to a very simple shoulder stretch here. We're going to take small steps forward, making sure you're keeping that chest straight ahead. Some of us, if we're really tight, if we step, we might rotate a little bit to try to keep that nice and high.
You want us to rotate or
Nope, no rotation. Not for today. You're probably thinking, dude, you had us do so many lunges. Why are we doing more? They don't have to be big ones, just small steps forward. Go ahead and switch. Think of how much work we do in a day and how much we give ourselves for self-love as far as stretch goes, or massage, foam rolling, so on and so forth. Right. And our last stretch for today is going to be for our IT band and our calves. We're going to bring one foot across the other. And now we're going to reach towards the ground. You can come up and you can do that several times over, or you can hang out at the bottom, whichever you'd like. Go ahead and switch your feet.
Now I suppose one could also sit in a chair and do this.
Might be a little tough. I think the best stretch you can get if you need to be seated is to have one leg straight and one bent. So let's bend your left leg and bring it towards the chair. Perfect. And now you'll reach down.
You reach to that leg.
Yeah,
okay, and
exactly.
You can alternate.
Exactly.
And standing is difficult.
That's right. So standing can be difficult for a couple reasons. We could be tired. But you'd also have reduced balance. So every time you're on one leg, that's a lot of balance, right? So if you have troubles with that, then we can always take a seat and still get our stretching in that way. That was a good little workout there, guys. You can always modify the number of repetitions. You can start smaller. You can go 6, 9, 12. You can go 6, 12, 18. We can modify it all sorts of ways. That scheme is just to get your body ramped up to your maximum output. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you out with a personalized plan. Dr. V, what other videos, what other meetups do we have planned for this week?
For this week, I think Wednesday, it's tea with Dr. V, which would be myself and Kevin. What else do we have? We have social hour with Adrian on Thursday.
And then physical therapy with Peter.
physical therapy with Peter also on Thursday.
Awesome.
And by all means, go back in our YouTube channel and repeat what you already have seen or what you might have not see for the first time, what you may have missed.
Yeah, and just feel free to reach out to us. We're here to provide resources for you all, for you and the kids, so on and so forth. So don't be shy.
Keep safe.
Have a good one. Drink lots of water.
Wear your masks. Bye.
Bye.